What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH, listen. That whole Willow Michael argument was so stupid to me. Like, I did not understand that argument whatsoever. Like, her turning down his marriage proposal at first was understandable because she didn't know the motive behind it. Like, was he proposing to her to prove a point, like to shut her up? Like, because they were arguing. She was still upset about the whole him not, confiding in her about having Nina arrested. So she thought that he was only proposing to fix the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like she felt the proposal wasn't all that genuine, but he assured her that it was. I don't know. I think partly it was genuine, but I also think partly it was to fix the problem. That's what I think. I think it was a little bit of both. I'm not gonna say it was one or the other, but I think it was both. Um, So he tried to reassure her. He was like, listen, I want to marry you for real. And my whole thing was, she was like, I'm not ready. But she went into this whole monologue about how she was in love with Michael. He's her best friend. She can't live without him. Like all of this whoop de whoop. But yet you cannot marry him though. Like, what's the wait? What's the holdup? I think she really starting to have doubts. I really do. I think she's having second thoughts about that whole relationship. I think she realized that she chose the wrong dick. I think she did. Here you had Chase, who really didn't have all this baggage and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But you got Michael, who got all this family baggage, and he has a calculating mind, and that's pretty much what she said. In fewer words, she basically said he was calculating. I mean, that's not a bad trait to have, though. And I feel like Michael should not have to apologize for being a calculating person. Being calculating, it comes in handy, when you have situations. And it's not like he uses his money or influence for bad things. You know what I'm saying? Unlike the Cassadines, he doesn't use it for that. He doesn't use it to destroy people. Michael is a very mild mannered person. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't strike people unless they strike first. And when people come after him or people that he care about, he gets calculating. He starts thinking about ways that he can take them down. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And he shouldn't have to apologize for it, in my honest opinion. I just think Willow honestly did not want to marry him right now because he went into this monologue talking about Sonny and Carly. He was like, the Quartermains are argumentative, which we all know, but basically he was giving her a rundown of Sonny and Carly's relationship over the years and how toxic their relationship is. Um, but he was like, at the end of the day, when the chips are down, they always had each other's back or whatever. And he was like, that's how he sees Willow. I said, so you see you and Willow as toxic. Because that's pretty much what his mama and daddy are. Toxic as hell. I mean, the fact that he told her about how many marriages and divorces they had with each other, the breakups, the fights, the screaming, the throwing glassware. Willow was looking at him like, you really think that is us? I was like, exactly. Where are y'all going with these monologues? Because these monologues are not making sense. Not to me, they're not. Like, why would you compare your relationship with her to your mama and daddy? I don't understand that. I was like, Michael, what are you doing? Um, like the shit was weird to me. I was like, okay. First of all, Michael, you don't scream at Willow. She doesn't scream at you. You don't throw glassware. So where are you? How do you compare the two? I'm like, clarify this for me. I had to rewatch it and stuff because I'm trying to figure out where he was going with this. Like the point he was trying to make was, oh, that's how I feel about you. I guess the point was that they're always gonna have each other's back. I guess that's the point. But I'm like, you could have just said that without bringing in the whole Sunny Carly toxic relationship thing. You didn't have to include that. Like that was stupid to me. Um, because y'all relationship is nothing of the sort. It's really not. But honestly, I really don't see Willow and Michael as a long lasting couple because if she doesn't like the tactics that he uses and stuff to get things done, I don't see how they're gonna last. I just don't. I really, really don't. Um, and she talking about some. She does want to marry him, just not now. And he was like, "I'm willing to wait forever." I'm like, "Forever is a long time, sir." and we don't all live forever, unfortunately. So she talking about it ain't gonna take that long. She don't want to marry him because if she said that she was in love with him and all of this stuff, what's the holdup of you marrying him? Y'all live together. You're raising a child together. What's stopping you? Clearly, she just don't want it. And if that's the case, then say that. Like, you know what I mean? Just be honest about it. So anyway, moving on from that. Carly and Nina, Lord have mercy. That was a confrontation to rival confrontations. I enjoyed that confrontation. Let me tell y'all something. I be on Twitter, right? And I be reading on Twitter people saying, "Oh, I'm team Carly." Some people saying I'm team Nina. Let me tell you who I'm team. I'm team neither one. Like let me be real. I'm not on either one of their side, to be honest. I see both sides, but I really don't care to be on either one. You know what I mean? I'm Switzerland. You know what I'm saying? I'm right here on the fence. I ain't on her side. I ain't on her side. I just want to see y'all fight. And my whole thought process was let them fight. It needs to happen. Because the words that they were using at each other, I was waiting for one of them to slap each other. I was waiting for one to slap the other. That's what I was waiting for. I'm like, fight. Damn, you could feel the tension. You could feel that they want to beat the hell out of each other. And I'm like, let's just get a referee in there and ding ding ding, ring the bell. Do I need to call WWE and set up a match between y'all at WrestleMania? Like, let me know, cause I'd gladly do it. Um, but shit was hitting the fan with them. I am getting so sick and tired of Nina bringing up now. Oh, like you watched my daughter die. I'm like, Nina, it did not go down like that. Shut up. You were not there. Be quiet. First of all, yeah, I'm pretty sure Carly did hesitate to help her, but she did try to help her. I mean, what the hell could Carly do? She couldn't help her. The girl slipped. She went down. It's not like Carly pushed her. You know what I mean? It was not murder. So stop saying that. Like, she act like Carly murdered her child. And second of all, Nina really needs to stop talking about Nell like she was some beacon of light or something. Because the girl was batshit crazy. And clearly she get it from her mama because Nina got them little delusional tendencies too. Like, just crazy. Um, but what Nina said was true though. When she said that Michael was basically Carly's little puppet, I had to applaud that shit because I said, listen, Nina, you ain't say nothing but a word because I so agree with you. That boy is definitely her puppet. But she was wrong about saying how Carly was using Michael for revenge because, for one, Carly had no idea what Michael was planning. Michael did all of this by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went to the DA on his own. Carly had no idea. Sonny had no idea. They knew nothing until it was done. The only thing is Carly's not stopping Michael from doing it. It's already done. So Carly don't give a shit. But you know what? I do agree with Nina though. Like, Carly is spewing all this venom at her and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you know, Carly has committed actual crimes too. I mean, I'm still on the fence about these crimes that they claim Nina did. I mean, I don't see it for me. I ain't no lawyer or nothing, but I don't see how any of what Nina did was a crime per se. But I'm just saying. But Carly has been arrested over the years for crimes that she actually committed, and she never served a day in prison for them. So for her to come at Nina like that, I'm like, for over these little crazy ass charges that they're laying on her that may not even be legitimate charges. I mean, I'm just saying. Um, but yeah, I'm ready for them to fight. I am so ready for them to just duke it out woman to woman. Of course, Sonny popped up wondering what the hell going on. So, Nina left. Carly openly declared war on Nina. Carly has had enough. Carly told Sonny, listen, I tried it your way. I tried to leave the girl alone, but she's always in my face. I'm doing it my way. Carly was like, from now on, we're doing this my way. From now on, this is between me and Nina. It's no longer about nobody else. It's me and Nina now. I said, oh, so we declaring war now. I'm feeling this. I like this. Oh, I'm here for it. Oh, I'm here for the mess. Carly versus Nina, I'm here for it. I don't give a damn which one of them win. Don't make a difference to me. I just want to see them slap box. That's all I want to see. Do some hair pulling, some slamming, slapping. Do what you got to do. Um, but I mean, I always felt like Sonny and Carly's demand of Nina was always ridiculous. For her to stay away from their family. How is that possible? Talking about, oh, she's in my restaurant, she's in my face. Carly, she tried to walk away. You're the one who stopped her. So technically, you were in her face. Furthermore, her office is in your hotel. You're bound to see her. You all live in the same town. You're bound to run into her. So the only way to not see her is if either y'all pack up and leave or she pack up and leave. And seeing as how none of y'all are trying to pack up and leave, you're bound to see each other. It is what it is. Ugh, but I can't wait for this fight. I can't wait for this. I think this is gonna be good. Um, so moving on from that, Lord have mercy. This whole Spencer situation is getting ridiculous by the second. Nicholas walked up in that place. First of all, let me just point this out. I don't know if y'all noticed, but when that bell rung, you know how they do at the diners when the order is ready, they click the bell or whatever. Spencer picked up that plate. He was touching them people toast with his hands. Like his hands was on them on that toast. I said, sir, I would have refused to eat that food. I said, don't be touching my food. I said, your hand all up on their toast. I'm like, did you wash your hands? Like, cause you touching the counters and all that stuff. I'm like, that's no. Mm-mm. You need to wear gloves, son. Um, so anyway, Ava and Nicholas come up in there, and of course Spencer is hostile. He's not happy to see them because he thinks that they came there to gloat. Because he was like, first of all, y'all could have went to the Metro Court and ordered the most expensive thing on the menu if y'all wanted, or you could have just stayed at home where you got servants who fix y'all breakfast every day. Why would y'all come here? And Nicholas genuinely did not know Spencer was working there. I think they just decided to come there. I mean, they decided for the morning to eat with the common folk, I guess. Um, so Spencer was pissed or whatever, and Ava tried to diffuse the situation by just asking for coffee. Mind you, throughout this entire episode, this boy did not bring them a one drop of coffee. Even when Ava came back into the diner, she was like, coffee? Where's the coffee? And all he kept doing was going back there talking to Esme. I'm like, sir, get the coffee. And Nicholas was like, you ain't gonna get no tips with this attitude. I was thinking the same thing. I said, sir, your attitude is trifling. You're not getting a tip. Like, you are not. He was like, shit, I ain't expect no tip from you. It was super hilarious though. But it's crazy to me how he thinks Ava's a gold digger. I'm like, how is Ava a gold digger? I mean, granted, she doesn't have the money that the Cassadines have. Ava's not worth hundreds of millions of dollars or billions. Like, she's not worth that kind of money, but Ava definitely has millions of her own. Like, she definitely worth a few million. Plus, she recently sold her penthouse to Nina. And I'm pretty sure that penthouse, it's a luxury penthouse. So, and it's in New York. So I'm pretty sure that penthouse probably went for at least a little over $1 to $2 million, I'm sure. Um, so she's far from broke. You know what I'm saying? I know at one point she did want the Cassadine fortune. I mean, who would? It's way more than what she got, but she definitely ain't poor. Hell, she could leave Nicholas today and be straight financially. She wouldn't need to dime from him. But, that's his angle, I guess. He thinks that she's a gold digger. I'm like, y'all really need to research the word gold digger because she's not that. Um, Especially when you got your own and you're self-made. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. She didn't have no inheritance from her father. She had to build her money. Yeah, some of it is dirty money, but hey, money's money, I guess. Um, so he's still pissed off or whatever because now Ava's in charge of his inheritance. I mean, his trust fund or whatever. And he's mad because he's like, oh, that means I gotta grovel to her for every dollar. All Nicholas has to do is transfer ownership of the trust back to himself. Or that's all he has to do is put himself back in charge of the trust. The only reason he put Ava in charge of the trust initially was because when Spencer was locked up, he wanted to help Spencer. You know what I'm saying? So he put her in charge of that money so he wouldn't be tempted to give him the money. So all he has to do now is just put the money back in his name. Um, I mean, all they really want from Spencer at this point is for him to leave them alone. That's all they're asking this kid to do, but he just flat out refuses. He doesn't want to do it. And Nicholas is just pissed that his son is working at the diner. Like, Nick was more entitled. Spencer seemed like he was starting to get the hang of the job. But Nicholas was acting all bougie, basically acting like Spencer working at the diner is beneath him. being all highfalutin and stuff. One would think that. But it's good that your son is working for his money. Good. He's learning a dollar. He's learning work ethic. He's learning these things that he should have learned a long time ago. Just because you're wealthy, you should still teach your kids, how to have a work ethic, teach them money management, teach them these things. It will serve them well in the long run. So anyway, they still arguing, bickering back and forth or whatever, and Nicholas basically wants Spencer to stop ruining his life or whatever, and Spencer wants one thing and one thing only, and that's for Ava to be the hell away from Nicholas. But neither one of those things are gonna happen, so let the battle continue. Um, so Esme was talking to Ava outside or whatever. Esme continues to throw Spencer under the bus. She keeps talking about how all of this was Spencer's idea and she was just going along with it. Just putting on a whole dog and pony show for Ava. Ava kept looking like she wasn't buying it. But Ava told her, she was like, listen, I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you a second chance. She said, this is a new chapter for us. She was like, make the best of this new chapter. And Ava let it be known to Esme. She was like, because it will be your last. She said, because you ever come for me again. She said, you ever try and come after me again. She said, you will regret it. I love seeing Ava threaten her. I loved it. Did y'all see the look on Esme's face? Esme was looking at her like, all right, game on. Because you already know Esme not going to back down. She's not backing down. So I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for this. So anyway, moving on from that, Alexis is irate at this point. Like, she told Sean what happened with Nicholas and whatnot, and she's pretty sure that Nicholas is behind the shooting of Hayden. I wish that they would move this storyline along, honestly, because it's taking way too long. Sean basically called Alexis crazy. He didn't say it, but he was like, why would you not take the deal? He was like, did you at least consider it? She was like, hell yeah, I considered it. Because honestly, I mean, yeah, she's in a much nicer prison, but nobody really wants to be in no kind of prison, which is so true. But she's not about to bow down to Nicholas. She felt like the price was too high. My issue with Nicholas was the fact that he was threatening her. You know what I'm saying? Because the old Nicholas definitely would have helped Alexis. He would have moved heaven and earth to get her out of there. He definitely would have. But now he's trying to get her out of there, but it comes with some pretty high, strings attached. And Alexis was like, nah, to hell with this. Alexis said, nope, I'm not taking that deal. She was like, she willing to pay the cost. My thing is, I would have took the deal. But I would have double crossed Nicholas in the process. I definitely would have. Because I mean, I can respect Alexis's position. Like, she wants to pay for her crimes, but I do agree with Sean. Get out on the outside and pay your debt to society that way. You know what I'm saying? By doing some, volunteer work and, giving back. Stuff like that. Like, volunteer at a legal clinic or something. I do agree. I mean, your freedom is important. Like I said, I can respect the fact she wants to do her time, but hey, if somebody offering me my freedom, I got to take it. So anyway, Sean was thinking that he may have a way to get Nicholas to confess by using Spencer. I mean, now is as good as time as any because Spencer is boiling with anger right now. He's easily manipulated. So why not go after him? Use the prince to get to the king, I guess. Why not? Anything to move this storyline along, I'm good for it. So anyway, moving on from that, Curtis and Portia are trying to figure out who this mystery guy is, this guy Marshall. They're trying to figure out who the hell he could be because he's asking all these questions about Curtis, and at first they were thinking it could have been two separate people, but Curtis was like, nah. He said, nah, it can't be. Got to be one person. And they're trying to figure out who this guy could be. Like, could it be somebody that he investigated before? And then they started thinking, now that they heard from Sonny that Cyrus Renault is back in play, making phone calls and stuff, they're starting to think maybe this Marshall guy could be working for Cyrus. I mean, right now they're on high alert. And I agree with Curtis. At the end of the day, Portia was kind of doubting herself, and I agree. No, trust your instincts, because your instincts are usually always right. If you get a bad vibe off of somebody, trust that, because you're more than likely you're not wrong. Um, so Sonny got a phone call from Cyrus crazy ass. So Cyrus was sitting there talking about, oh, I got some info for you. Basically, I could tell you some things that maybe, your wife and Jason didn't tell you. And then he was talking about he got info basically on who could be taking over Novak and Bushima's territory. Sonny was like, listen, you about to rot in prison. I'm not coming up there to see you. Goodbye. Sonny was like, listen, I'm not about to play your game. But you could tell Sonny was contemplating it. Sonny was definitely contemplating it. It was on his mind. So of course, he went to go see Curtis and Portia and was asking them about what happened the night Cyrus was taken down. So they recap for him what happened and he thanks them for looking out for Laura and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I still think Sonny might go see Cyrus because I think his curiosity might get the best of him. I mean, it would for me if I was Sonny. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely want to know, like, what does this bastard want? Like, what do you want, bro? I would want to know. Like, if it was me, I definitely would want to know. Um, and Cyrus was sitting on that phone being messy. Like, everybody just trying to be in some mess right now, and I'm loving it. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought. I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.